Hello, everybody. This is John Paval with the Access Arts Live organ live stream action. What do we call it? Roundup for the week of September 22nd to September 29th. And we have a bevy or a raft of live streams to tell you about, including the superb Bergamo International Organ Festival down in Italy, which started up last week. Very high quality live streams. I'll be telling you about one of those. We'll be having them through the rest of the month of October, which is very exciting for organ enthusiasts. We have classic recitals from our live stream regulars in places like St. Eustache Church in Paris and St. Paul's in San Diego, St. James Episcopal in Toronto. We've got, from Moscow, we've got organ concerts with chamber orchestras and choirs, and even with an Iranian music ensemble. So let's get to it. But before I go any further, let me remind you, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching this on any of our other platforms, please follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, or even Rumble. And we will continue to provide you with up to or more than 1,000 live links to live performances online through the year, including many, 6, 7, sometimes a dozen organ recital live streams each week. So let's move on to the first of this week's live streams, because I'm sorry to say it's happening right now. And so if you're clever, you will leave this live stream and you'll go over to YouTube, to the St. James Toronto live stream, and watch that. And you can come back and watch this as a recording. This is not a performance. You don't have to watch this live, but you should. I mean, it's best to watch performances live when they're done live. Tuesday, September 23rd, St. James Episcopal Toronto live streams Dutch-born organist, composer, and teacher Andre Knevel, who made his way to St. Catherine's Church in Canada in 1975 and has stayed there ever since. That's at 1 o'clock on the East Coast in the U.S., 10 o'clock on the West Coast in the morning, and 7 o'clock here in the evening, which is like right about now here in Europe. We give you the link to the YouTube live stream. We give you the link to Andre Knevel's website, and we give you the link to the organ specs. This is Netherland week for St. James Toronto. Last week they had the Dutch composer and organist Jan Noordzee, and now they have Andre Knevel. He was already establishing himself as an organist back in the Netherlands when he migrated to Canada, completed his studies at the University of Toronto, and settled in, making St. Catherine's his permanent residence. And to this day, he still maintains a full teaching schedule of organ and piano in his home and in several different Christian schools. He gives recitals throughout Canada, the U.S., South Africa, and Europe. Every year he does a summer tour in the Netherlands and performs 30 or 40 concerts. He's just playing all the time. And he also works on a regular basis with a couple of choirs and also with the talented flautist Liselotte Roykita. The organ has 87 ranks, 67 speaking stops, over 4 manuals and 6 divisions, 5,101 pipes. It was an SR Warren organ rebuilt by Cassavant Frères and then rebuilt again in 1976 by L.I. Phelps and Associates. That's today. Go check it out. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, we have one of our Moscow concerts for you. And let me add to this, at least at the beginning here, so you know what kind of organ we're talking about. That's the organ console and the pipework of the Kuhn organ at the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Moscow, where this concert's taking place. It was a gift from a Protestant Reformed Church cathedral in Switzerland back about 20 years ago in 2002. And they packed the whole thing off and gave it to the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Moscow. Wednesday, September 24th, Artbene live streams Schubert's choral works for organ, orchestra, and choir and soloist. That'll be at 7:30 in the evening European time, 1:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast, 10:30 in the morning on the West Coast, 8:30 in the evening in Moscow, where it's happening. We'll give you the link to Artbene's challenge. We'll give you the organ specs. The choir is the chamber choir Magnificat. The soprano is Elena Terentieva. The mezzo is Anastasia Sidyakova. The tenor is Maxim Zazin. And the bass baritone is Ruslan Mozoyev. I cannot give you photos of all of them. The symphony orchestra is the Moscow Regional Philharmonic Instrumental Capella. And the organist whom you see there is Marina Omelchenko. I can give you her picture. They'll be doing Schubert's Ave Maria, then his overture in Italian style in D major, then a rondo for violin and orchestra, and then his Mass number 2 for soloist, choir, organ, and orchestra. And then they will finish up doing part 1 of Schubert's Symphony number 9. If you like Schubert and if you like choral music, this is for you. Thursday, we do not have something for you. Truro Cathedral is not live streaming. Methuen Memorial Hall is not live streaming. Temple Church, Glasgow University Chapel, Queen's College, Oxford, all of these regulars on Wednesdays and Thursdays are not live streaming this week. So we move ahead to Friday, where there is yet another live stream from the Catholic Cathedral by this, I shouldn't put it, this adorable couple. I think they're terrific. It's Anna Vetlugina and Dmitry Maksimenko. Let me do the proper announcement of it for you. Friday, September 26th, Artbene live streams the dynamic organ duo of Anna Vetlugina and Dmitry Maksimenko playing Hungarian rhapsodies and dances on 2 organs, including Brahms's Hungarian dances 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 17, and 5 in that order. Why that order? I don't know. Anyway, it's at 8 o'clock in the evening on Friday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the West Coast, 11 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock on the East Coast, 11 o'clock on the West Coast, 9 o'clock in the evening in Moscow. It's a Friday evening thing. Anna is the resident organist at the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Moscow, and Dmitry is the resident organist at the Anglican Church of St. Andrew in Moscow. And they are an artistic item. I don't know what the personal relationship is, although I'm sure they're good friends because they play together and they play very well together. This is music by Franz Liszt, by Brahms, by Bartók, and by Dezső Antalfi-Zsíros. They're starting out with Antalfi-Zsíros's The Legend, then Béla Bartók's Romanian Dances. This is all about music inspired by or along the Danube River. Then Brahms's Hungarian Dances. I gave you, well, they do 1, 3, and 6. Okay. Then they go back to Antalfi-Zsíros, and they'll do his Madrigal from the cycle 4 Pieces for Organ. Then Brahms's more Hungarian dances, 8, 9, 17, and 5. And I don't know why that order, and I don't know why they group them that way, but I can assure you there's a good musical and or presentational reason for doing so, because these are good people. And then they'll finish up with Franz Liszt, Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. A lovely evening if you'd like some lively Hungarian and Romanian dances and rhapsodies. But next up, so that's at 8 o'clock in the evening European time, and the corresponding times in the U.S. Now, an hour later, we come, and this is the first of a series that I will be telling you about, we come to the offering from the Bergamo International Festival, and this is exciting. I mean, this is exciting for real organ enthusiasts. What can I tell you? And the organist is Enno Gröhn, a young, apparently highly capable German guy. They only bring in really highly capable people, and these are not just recitals. This is like, the Bergamo is top of the line when it comes to organ festivals, as far as I can tell. At least among those that are live streamed. And yes, it is a glass of white wine because this is my second live stream of the day. Okay. Friday, September 26th, the Bergamo International Organ Festival continues with Enno Gröhn, first prize winner at the prestigious 55th Improvisation Harlem competition in 2024, playing Johann Sebastian and CPE Bach, Bossi, and some of Gröhn's own compositions / improvisations. 9 o'clock on Friday evening. This is going to be going on Friday evenings till the end of October, folks. 3 o'clock on the East Coast in the U.S., noon on the West Coast. Enno Gröhn, organist, church musician, improviser, and composer. About 30 years old, born in 1996, went to the Hamburg Hochschule for his bachelor's and master's in 2018. As of 2022, he teaches there as a tutor, organ improv and liturgical organ playing. While he was there, he was, for 2 years, he was organist at the St. Petri Church in Buxtehude, which has an historic Furtwängler organ. And then from 2021 to, from 2019 to 2021 to 2023, he's been organist and church music assistant at Hamburg St. Peter's Church. He will be playing at the Santa Maria Immacolata della Grazie Church. And the organ is a Balbiani Vigezzi Bossi 1924 organ with electro-pneumatic action, movable console, 2 58-note keyboards from C1 to A5, and a 30 notes radiating pedal board from C1 to F3. I couldn't dig up a picture with you at the last minute. Let me tell you what he's playing. He's playing Johann Sebastian Bach's Fantasia in C minor. Then Gröhn does an improvisation, a Bach, and plays a Bach-style suite in C minor, but it's an improv. Then Bach's Fugue in C minor, BWV 537. Then Marco Enrico Bossi's Allegretto, Opus 92, number 3. Then CPE Bach's Sonata in B major, with an improvisation by Enno Gröhn to start it out, and then the other sections of it. Then a series of pieces a couple of pieces by Enno Gröhn, and improvisation, which is an introduction in Passacaglia called Homage to Max Reger. Then another piece by Bach, a choral prelude, and For deinen Thron tret ich hiermit, BWV 668. Then Enno Gröhn does another improvisation on themes given by the audience, and then he plays a symphony in the French style, which is his own composition. I think it'll be a heck of a concert. It's the Bergamo. If you don't know it, check it out, and check it out every Friday. They'll have different top organists coming, playing different organs at different cathedrals in the Bergamo area. It's always interesting. This is a delight. This is like one of the best times of the year for those who enjoy live streams of organ concerts online. And hats off to Bergamo for doing this free of charge for everybody. It's just terrific. Okay, and then thereafter, a little later in the evening at 10 o'clock in the evening European time, 1 o'clock on the West Coast, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast, St. Paul's Episcopal Cathedral in San Diego. As usual, live streams the ever engaging and musically articulate Canon Martin Green on the organ. It's the organ with the longest history in the San Diego area. It was in 1969, it was an Aeolian Skinner organ, Opus 1495, but then completely rebuilt in 2012 by Quimby Pipe Organs, Opus 68. It has 4 manuals, 98 stops, 86 ranks, 115 draw knobs, and 4,933 pipes. And you're asking, John, why are you telling me all that instead of telling me what he's going to play? Because they never tell us what he's going to play. But it's always interesting, and he always gives you great explanations of why he's playing it and what to listen for in it. So, lovely way to spend a Friday evening if you have if you're if you're in and you're not out having a wild time. Okay. We move on to Saturday. And I didn't even remember to put up the separate picture of Canon Martin Green, who's a great guy. I'll put it up for you just for a second, just for the sake of putting it up. There he is. I love this guy. And while he's playing the organ, he usually has looks like a 10-year-old boy next to him to turn pages or whatever. I don't know if that's his son or not. He's a canon of the Episcopal Church, which in no way would prevent someone from being married and having children. Okay. We will move on then to Saturday, which takes you back to Moscow for some more music. And this organist, Ekaterina Spirkina, who's a Moscow conservatory-based organist. And this is where it gets really interesting. Hold on, let me, do I have the other picture to pull up for you? I want you to get the full flavor of this concert. Where is it? Yeah, here's the full flavor of this concert. All right. Okay. Saturday, September 27th, Artbene LIVEstreams organist Moscow Conservatory's Ekaterina Spirkina and the Iranian ensemble Mehrabanan, playing music by Khorram, Yahagi, Tajvidi, and also Bach, Paval, Mendelssohn, and others. This is a East-West, they call it music of the East and West, organ, strings, and ethnic instruments. Mehrabanan is they come out of Iran. It's a big deal. There are articles when they play in Moscow. There are articles written up about it in Tehran Times and Tehran journals and all of that. They're very proud of it. The musicians include the Iranian musicians who play the daf and the tombak, which are Iranian ethnic instruments. But there's also violins, cellos, piano, vocals, harp, and electronic organ, and then Ekaterina Spirkina on the Kuhn organ of the Roman Catholic Cathedral. I'll give you some of the names of these tunes to give you the flavor. Homayun Khorram's Nime Shaban Tanha, which means loneliness at midnight. Then another piece by Khorram called Migozaram Tanha, I Will Pass Alone. I get the impression that Homayun Khorram is kind of a melancholy composer. Then a piece by Parviz Yahagi called Parbastek, which means folded wings or with wings folded. Then another piece by Khorram, Moze Atash, Wave of Fire. And then a piece by Ali Tajvidi, Koya Safarafti, Where Have You Wandered? And then another piece, Ruhola Kalegi's Bue Yue Mulyan, Aroma of the Mulyan River. Then they'll play the Bach toccata in fugue in D minor, okay, just to remind everybody where we are here. Pachelbel's Chaconne in F minor, Mendelssohn's Organ Sonata in A major, Opus 65, number 3, and Georgi Mushel's Nocturne and Toccata. What a packed, exceptional, once again, mixed concert at the Roman Catholic Cathedral, one not quite like most of the others. So check it out. Free of charge. All this stuff is free of charge. They give it away for free, man. Okay, we are coming down now to the last couple, and this live stream is proving shorter than some of the others, and I'm happy about that. I'm always hoping I can get down to like a 20-minute live stream, and then I end up going 30 minutes. I think it's self-indulgent, honestly. I ought not to. But anyway, and I got in all that information about the Bergamo and then about this thing with the Iranian ensemble, and I did it in record time. Okay, now we move on to a young'un once again. Sunday, September 21st, St. Eustache Church in the heart of Paris, live streams Afonso Torres playing a Bach Sinfonia on the theme of Wir danken dir, and a Durufle Prelude, Adagio, and Chorale on the theme of Veni Creator. Wir danken dir means we thank you, God being implied, and Veni Creator means come, Creator. This is at their usual Sunday time, 5 in the evening, the European time, 11 in the morning on the East Coast, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 1 o'clock in the morning down under in Australia. I may wander by there and do an intro live stream before it. I'm not sure. This reminds me that I forgot something, and I will tell you about it before we're done, though. So there, the piece by Bach is the Sinfonia della Cantate Wir danken dir, Gott. We thank you, God. Yeah, BWV 29, transcribed by Dupré, Marcel Dupré, the French organist, and then the Durufle is Opus 4 by Maurice Durufle. This is and who is Afonso Torres? Afonso Torres is currently a student. He already has his bachelor's and his master's, and he's currently a student now of Thomas Hospital and Olivier Latry at the Paris Conservatory. Sometimes they bring in one of Thomas Hospital's students, since he's a resident organist there, to play. Now, there's something else that I want to tell you about, and that is before this on Sunday. There's another series that I didn't know about. I just discovered it 2 days ago. I wandered into it by chance. Sunday, September 28th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, St. Sulpice Church will be live streaming Sven Werner Olsen playing Charles Marie Widor's Sixth Symphony on their tremendous Cavaillé Cole organ. This is a unique organ. Saint Sulpice is one of the 3 top churches with organs in Paris. There's Notre Dame, there's Saint Eustache, which we always tell you about, and then there's Saint Sulpice. And among the 3 of them, Saint Sulpice, their organ was constructed in the 1860s, and it's still the organ they play. It has been refurbished repeatedly, but they have been very careful to preserve the original, as much as possible, the original mechanics, not digitalizing everything, and the pipework, so that it sounds like organs sounded in the time of people like Camille Saint-Saëns when they were composing. And the first time I walked into that church and I heard that organ being played, it was the sweetest sound I'd ever heard from an organ. And I don't just mean when they're playing sweet music, I just mean there is a sweetness to this entire sound. Now, by way of contrast, at Notre Dame, Notre Dame is a very long church. In order to get the sound from those pipes all the way to the front of the church, they have to blast it. So it's a very brassy organ. Saint Eustache Church is between the 2 and is the most balanced of them all. But I think this is very exciting that we now can add Saint Sulpice every week. So you'll have live streams from Saint Sulpice at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, European time, and then the live streams from Saint Eustache at 5 o'clock. Isn't that terrific? Yes, John, it is. Okay, we have one more live stream to tell you about. Sorry, I don't have a photograph of Sven Werner Olsen. But I will. I'll try to find out something more about that so I can do an individual notice when the time comes to welcome them to our. I'm clicking and clicking, trying to replace a photo. That's why I'm fumbling around here. To welcome them to our raft of live streams that we promote every week. In fact, yeah, I think instead of stopping by St. Eustache this week, if I do an on-site live stream introducing the concert, I'll do it at St. Sulpice and take you on a little tour and show you that church. And we'll have that online too. And this is Daniel Lee. To finish up for this week, Sunday, September 28th, Ireland's Cathedral, the St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin, live streams its longtime chief organist and choir director, David Lee. That's at 8:30 in the evening European time, 2:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast, 11:30 in the morning on the West Coast. We give you the link to the YouTube page, and we give you the link to the description of the Cathedral's organ. David Lee has been at St. Patrick's Cathedral since 1997, so almost 20 years now. But he's also has a freelance career as a conductor, keyboard player, concert organist. He's leading choirs and regularly appearing with and conducting orchestras like the RTE Concert Orchestra, the National Symphony Orchestra in Ireland, the Ulster Orchestra, and he performs with them as a soloist, and then sometimes he conducts them too. And he's also the artistic director of the Pipeworks Festival, which is an organ festival up there in Ireland. It's a 1902 Henry Willis organ, rebuilt in 1963 by J. Walker and Sons. If you want more details, just click on the link that we give you to St. Patrick's Cathedral, the Cathedral organ, and you can find out the rest. Folks, we have now used up the allotted time to tell you about what's going on this week. I hope that any of these live streams inspires you, uplifts you, or just shows you a heck of a good time. I think the thing on Saturday with the Iranian ensemble, that's got to be. Look, the titles alone of some of those works sounded to me like, well, yeah, I'd like to hear that piece of music. I mean, I would. Anyway, look, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching on any of our other platforms, please subscribe to or follow Access Arts Live on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, or LinkedIn, and we will keep making sure that you get live links to more than 1,000 live performances online in this coming year, including your weekly portion, like I just gave you, of exciting and interesting organ recitals and organ concerts from all over the world. And with that, I will say ciao for now. I will be back when? I will probably be back on Friday for weekend highlights. Why? Well, because there are so many orchestras and other groups which do not announce their live streams until a day or two before, or sometimes the day of their live stream. Very often that happens with symphonies on the weekend. And there's the Sao Paulo Orchestra down in Brazil. There's the orchestra at the Teatro Real in Buenos Aires. So I like to come back and give you a weekend highlights on the Friday, so to give you some more details about all of that, because otherwise I don't know how you're going to find it. And let me encourage you, if you tune into any of these live streams, let us know what you think about it. We'd be very happy to have comments. If you don't like something that we turned you on to, let us know you didn't like it. And if you liked it, let us know that you liked it. And so with that, I will say ciao for now. You have a great week. We've given you, I don't know how many orchestral and chamber music and organ live streams to enjoy this week, but certainly plenty to keep you busy every day of the week, enjoying free of charge, high quality concerts and recital live streams, which if you attended them in person, well, if you're middle class, you'd go broke attending all these live streams. And we get almost all of them for you.